Hello everybody and welcome back to another World of Warships Blitz video. This video is going to be a top 10 improved ships over. So what I've done is I've created a spreadsheet of all my statistics, probably about March, so maybe about 6 months ago, 5 months ago or something like that. And I've updated it, and I've kept the old sheet, got the new sheet, and done a bit of housework and worked out what my top improved ships are. So I'm only looking at ships that have had 20 or more battles. And we'll go through them from 10 down to number 1. And number 1, if you saw one of my previous videos about the top 10 ships, number 1 again is a surprise when I saw it. I actually did this video because I have been playing the Harekaze, which is the Tier 6 Pan-Asian cruiser, and I've been doing very well in it, and I thought, I'd better see how much I've improved. I haven't improved because I hadn't had that many games previously, so although I'm doing quite well in it, it's not the dramatic improvement that I expected. Anyway, so without further ado, you're looking at number 10, which is the Bismarck. So the Bismarck, I've played 34 battles for a 59% win rate, up from 53%, and I think that my standard win rate for the Bismarck for some time has probably been at that level, and the reason that it's a 53% is because I've played an awful lot of games, nearly 300, and the first probably 100 or so were pretty appalling. So no surprises there, but it was interesting that it made it number 10 on the list. Number 9 on the list is just is what I've actually spent some gold on to get some camouflage. So it was a 61% win rate, but its effective win rate over the last 118 games, which goes to show how much time and effort I've been putting into the ship, is now 68%. So this is one of my ships that I use is when I need, when there's a blitz and I need some wins. My new go-to ship is the Harekaze actually, although now I've looked at the stats, maybe I should head back into the Leander. But anyway, over 118 games, it's had 80 wins for a new win rate of 68%, up 9, up 6, sorry. Right, so that was number 9, number 8. Number 8 means I need to turn off my filters because I need to go and find it. Number 8 should be right next to number 9 is the Edinburgh. 87 games in the Edinburgh, and a lot of that was grinding to get to the Neptune. Improved over time, so I started at 46% win rate, now managed to lift it over the 50 to 53, a 7% increase, and that is more learning how to play at Tier 8 more than anything else. So originally I was more often than not a bit of a victim, but now I've become much more nuanced and am able to don't overextend as much, is basically the big change there. So number 7 is the Hatsuharu. Played 41 games in it for 26% or 26 wins for a 63% win rate, taking it up 8 from the 55% previous win rate. So and again, that's just learning the ship. Definitely the value of when to use smoke. For this ship, smoke is my friend. In fact, I prefer it to the mainline Japanese torpedo boats because this line has smoke and you can use it in all sorts of situations. And so I've learned how to use smoke really early when you grab a cap, or when you're a good place to use it is if you're in a drive-by with another destroyer and it's going to be, sort of torpedoes away. What you do is you hit your smoke, you're aiming at him, he's having a guess, and so it's brought my win rate up. not just that trick, which is a bit risky, but certainly less risky than just a normal drive-by shooting that can happen. And I've quite enjoyed it. And I've got the Tier 7 Shiratsuyu, which is the Tier 7 gunboat destroyer. And learning that. So its win rate isn't anything. We won't be talking about that right now. So that was number 7. Now we get to number 6. And number 6, most improved. This was my second worst performing ship above 50 games prior. So the Wasp was at a leisurely 40% win rate, better than the 31% Izumo I had. But since then, I have played 28 games, 14 wins, 14 losses, for a new win rate of 50%. It's a 10% increase. Of course, that's not going to make much difference to the overall stats because I've got a lot of games to overcome. But I've learned how to use it, and I've learned how to use its range, and I bought its camo on a whim, really. And so it's a significant improvement, and it's teaching me how to snipe with battleships. So the improvement there is learning to travel at half speed, basically. That's probably the summary of it. So travel around at half speed, don't overextend, use your guns, learn to use the range. If there's lots of destroyers in the game, load up HE to start with so that you drop a couple on them at extreme range. Yeah, it's led to a significant improvement. So number 5 is the Izumo. So that was at 31%. So basically this is improved because basically I don't think it could really get any worse. I wonder if 31% win rate is what you get if you get in the game and don't actually move the ship at all. I really feel it's that bad, but I've had 88 games in it, which surprises me. For 37, for a new 42% win rate. So that's up 11%. So it's the seasons for the battleships to improve, isn't it? But yeah, it's still, that's much improved, but still not great. So let's go on to number 4. Number 4 does not surprise me. Number 4 is a ship that I brought back after I learned the fun of lighting fires in the Dallas. And this is the Tier 7 German cruiser, the Yorck, which has a 9% fire chance with its shells. Its HE shells, it's got 8 of them, fire 11 every 11 seconds. So my previous win rate with that was underwater at 46%. My new win rate after 26 games is 58%, a 12% increase. That's much improved, and it's a lot more fun to play. And I do use it quite a bit. Those 28 games have been me wanting to, basically wanting to just light some fires. Number 3 is, it wasn't that much of a surprise when I thought about it because it's the Harekaze. So previously I had a 45% win rate because I did not know how to use destroyers, and then the new missions came out, these things here, if I can find them, and some of those missions were get 225 hits with torpedoes. So the Harekaze and the Fubuki got pressed into service, and I've learned a lot. So 58 games of spamming torpedoes to try and get those weekly awards for 35 wins for a 60% win rate, and it's 16% increase over where we were. So it's actually, I've got some rounding. So when I say 45 to 60% and I say a 16% increase, there's some rounding going on in there. So, but it is certainly number 3, much improved over the 12% for the Yorck. Number 2 also isn't a surprise because I've been actually really enjoying this ship. This is a fun ship. It's It works hard, it smashes hard, and I didn't know how to play it, much like the Yorck. It has, and the Bismarck, it has a long track record of being used badly, which it's probably never going to overcome. So its original win rate was 47%, and I've played 85 games in it since. Mainly because I use it for, it's a tool for wins, it's a tool for earning, earning coins, things like that. 85 at a 66% win rate. So that's my effective new win rate since I took the last snapshot. That is a 19% increase. So it doesn't mean the new win rate is 66%. It means that if I compare it to where I was and just count the new games, it's at 66% over 47%. And it is a lovely ship. And I'm looking at that historical camo and, weighing it up. Number one is a surprise because number one is a ship that I didn't think was doing very well, and it's a ship that I do not enjoy, and it is the Nelson. I had a 41% win rate in this. Since then, I have played 29 games and won 20 of them, and it has a 69% win rate. That is an improvement of 28%. This is my most improved ship, and it surprises me. I play it every now and again when I have a mission that requires starting fires. Every now and again I play it because a lot of people say that it earns a lot of coins, and I don't remember actually doing that well in it. But the stats don't lie. Over 29 games, I have won 20 for a 69% win rate, effective win rate, which was 28% better than the win rate I used to have. Now that 41 is not has not gone up to 69. So I just want to be really clear. That is only counting the new games. That 41 has actually gone up to 56. So, because I'd only played 51 games previously. Anyway, that is the top 10 improved ships that I have in my port and why they have improved. And as you can see, it has its own set of surprises. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.